Welcome to my latest campaign for RuleTheWaves2. We are going to be playing as Germany with the 1920 start, which will be quite the pickle. Had to fix my game. I actually had to go in and manually delete the Game 9 save from the corrupted game from last time. It broke the program. I couldn't start even a new game without it dying. So, that seems to be fixed though, so hopefully there's nothing else wrong. Let's do this. We're going to have the Treaty of Versailles and the Historical Washington Treaty with all standard options otherwise. Okay. Alright. So no ships more than 10,000 tons. We can cheat a little bit. Main caliber restricted to 8 inches. We can cheat a little bit. And for 10 years. Yeah, that's the first one. We also have the second one in place that says no submarines. So we're like double whammied. We can't submarines. We can't build battleships. If you look at the almanac, we're kind of hosed in terms of true capital ships. We're hosed in terms of battle cruisers. We have 2 obsolete pre-dreadnoughts in service, a couple old heavy cruisers, a couple light cruisers, some DDs. We are in horrible shape compared to everybody else in the world. The strategy I found that works the best is to focus on your cruisers, raiders, and light forces such as destroyers. Try to build up enough to get a quick war with somebody. Actually, not even a quick war, just a war where you'll hopefully survive long enough to at least wipe peace out to clear some of the treaties. Then you can start rebuilding the rest of your main fleet. You can also focus on air. So that's where it's advantageous, if you can, to get a war with Russia or Japan. Oh, excuse me. Or even Italy if you could. Italy is by far the weakest of your neighbors, and if you could lure them in, hopefully your airfields will be able to take care of them. So that's the first thing we're going to invest in. Air. Air groups. We currently have not even a single base, it looks like. So we're going to start fixing that. Build air bases. Danzig. And Palau. Okay, I'll take care of these 2. Russia does not have those provinces. That helps us. We are also going to build an air base in, I'm thinking, Emden and Wilhelmsvale. That way they can support each other. So this area will be covered, this area will be covered. We may want to throw another couple in here. Yeah. Oops. These are going to be somewhat expensive, but, well, in the long term, if you overinvest in air, it gets very expensive, but it's kind of our one area where we are not totally boned. Schweinmund. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Alright. Air infrastructure starting to go. Ships in service. Are any of these even worthwhile working with? These destroyers are absolutely horrible. These ones look okay-ish, except for the cramped accommodations, if I'm reading that right. Yep, they are cramped. Airline mounts, yeah, they're fine. These though are gonna go. They're just totally useless. We'll build some new 600 tonners to act as our ASW ships, along with some 600 ton minesweepers. These heavy cruisers. Armament is not bad. It's an antiquated layout, but with modernization could be okay. We'll keep that in our back pocket. Right now, if we replace the engines, they might be okay. Maybe. Let's get this going. Research. Crank this up. We're going to focus on heavier than air, torpedoes, and light forces. We can build superimposed mounts on light cruisers. That's excellent. Quadruples. Above water on CL. Excellent. Okay. So we can build some excellent light cruisers. Very good. Lighter there. We also have airships. They're somewhat useful for scouting purposes, but they're already kind of becoming archaic. Aircraft types. Do we have any? Good. Relatively modern. Okay, we can get torpedoes. I'm going to go for range and reliability. That way it'll save some of the costs. These light cruisers, these guys are probably, we'll leave them in place for right now, but they're no good. These pre-dreadnoughts, totally useless, but we need the blockade points. I believe I ended up putting them into trade protection last time I dealt with that situation. I can't recall. It's been about 3 months. Docks, I'm not concerned about. Nothing's under construction. Okay, so first we need to deal with our ASW stuff. Alright. So this ship, I'm going to build it with normal. Normal. Yes, actually speed is okay, but we'll drop it down to 33 knots. Allows us to give it an actual reasonable amount of ammunition. It can do direct firing. One mount's fine. I'm not concerned about depth charges. That's not this ship's purpose, or minesweeping. Can throw some AA on it. We can't do directors, so I'm not even going to bother with dual purpose guns. They just don't do much on these. Not quite enough tonnage for double mounts. We have poor 5-inch guns, so we'll stick with the 6s. Can we do? Nah, we really don't have the tonnage. Can we add an X single turret? How's that look? We do have oil, so we'll switch. Okay. Oil saves us some. Drop that. Increase and increase. Check. Affected, huh? Delete that turret and increase our forward gun. Not research doubles. Okay. Decrease that. Okay, we might just make do then. Just another big torpedo boat. This will be our fleet, DD. Fleet DD, the G7. That should be just fine. 1100, 250. Yeah, okay. Not now. Let's see what's going on with my budget. Alright. Stabilized a little bit. So the fleet G7 class. Laid on 3 of those. We have no budget, so we're just having to make do. Also, design a ship of DD. Auto design. Clear all mounts. 3-inch guns. 600 tons. They just need to be cheap, so don't need to be super fancy. Increase depth charge. Storage. We're not going to worry about minesweeping gear. We'll leave the mines in place, though. Wait a second. I don't think we have those. Oh, yeah. Add that. Q. 1 mount. That looks wrong. Let's go P. Clicking badly. Check. Yeah, insufficient. Yeah, we don't have dual purpose for main. 6 mines. Okay. So 6 mines. Turn that off. 1 gunnery position. Slow it way the heck down. Engine reporting normal's fine. Range normal. That is just fine. Could probably even, actually we could even get it ready with short range. And this is probably just gonna make it more expensive. Not much though. 30 knots seems pretty reasonable to me. Oh, let's get really cramped. We do not want that. Fewer AA is fine. Because we're probably not going to see them. They're just going to sit on trade protection, so that should be just fine. Trade protection. Actually, suggest a name. How about the TP one? Trade protection one should be just fine. Another knot of speed for giggles. Why not? Still fairly cheap. Yep, that's fine. Finish construction airbase. Go to build. And we could build 3 of those. And monthly balance is still doing some funny stuff right now. It's hopping around. Tensions went up a little bit. Invest in the nation. Yeah, almost nothing for our budget. Who do I antagonize? You know what? I am going to don't have enough to antagonize Italy, so we'll just general. Improved fighter is good. Flying boat is good. Okay, coastal forts. I want to expand all of these to 40. And then I'll assign air groups after that. Very nice. Torpedo bomber. Alright, speed. All of them pretty comparable. Range is very similar, these two in the lead. I don't much care generally about firepower, but 1 more nautical mile, I don't think that's going to make a difference. This one's the slowest of the bunch, but I think the range is going to be more advantageous. Oh no! I hit cancel! No! Alright, so we're going to have to do that request again. So this is a new flying boat. Slightly more range, but it's slower. It's tougher though. And we don't know how reliable it is. We'll go ahead and grab it. If it ends up more reliable, we'll switch to it. Alright. Aircraft types. Request proposal. Torpedo bomber. Oh, do it again. Hopefully I don't get click cancel this time and noob it up. Okay, we're doing good there. Get some money in the bank, then we'll start working on Light Kruger. Interested in buying it. Yes, whatever it is, we will buy it. That way, at least, that's good. I can still, once these are done expanding, I go ahead and set up my air groups. Iceland, huh? Whoa! That's like super awesome. I very rarely complete those, so that is too awesome. Go to fortification, lay down 2 6-inch guns on it. Oh, that reminds me, what's our other forts look like? We got some 4s in mainland Germany, but looks like nothing over here in East Prussia. So build some 2, 3, 4 of those as well. That would kill most of our budget. But that's less for engaging enemy ships and more just extensive mine laying. Alright, Soviets. Rattle at them. We don't want to push this too hot and heavy. So we gotta manage our prestige. But, because we need the budget desperately. but it's way too early. We'll just get punked. Oh, good. Of these, wow, that one is by far head and shoulders above all the others. The Arado. Another revision. Fine. Now we got a little more budget. I'm gonna put in research. See if we can get ahead. Let's see, we got it. Already got 6, so we'll build 7 more of those. We'll have 10 of that class. And of the fleet version, we'll build 2 more, so that'll make it to an even 5. Very good. Coastal. Those finish their expansion. I must have missed it. Oh well. Add an air unit. We're going to want flying boats. Say 10 of those. We're going to want fighters. I want 10 of those. Add an air unit and then torpedo bombers. They are not active yet. Okay, so we'll wait. That's part of custom prestige. I can't afford it. Could lose some budget. Now we'll suppress. We should be able to deal with the unrest. Let's bomb load. Whatever. Alright, air groups. Of torpedo bomber. Copy this. Yep. And we'll start getting them trained up. They're going to be left inactive because I actually want them to have some decent abilities. And doctrine, elite pilot training, we'll go turn that on. Let's see if I can have some really good coastal air. Okay. Batteries are about done. We may expand that a little bit further. Yeah, not too concerned. Yeah, 30 knots is their modern light cruiser. Good to know. I'm actually going to take a little screen capture of this real quick. That way I have it as a reference for later. Unfortunately, it doesn't cache this stuff very well. So now if I were to go look at his ships, at the CL, yeah, I can't even open it, so. Kind of an odd deal. Money, we're doing okay. Under construction, alright. Design a ship. CLs. Next are our new class of raiders. Delete those mounts. That's very weird. Clear all those turrets. It's going to be on oil. Flat deck. I didn't notice if we have all or nothing. We do. Good. Alright, these are going to be the raiders. So I am not especially concerned about armor. Total glass cannons. They will probably sink at some point. Improved director with this one location. Dual purpose 3-inch guns, some doubles. Whoa, what's going on there? You have a secondary director? Probably not. No, it's fine. Forward, aft, double turret, 6-inch. Check that. Okay, we do have doubles. Cramped, which I agree we do not want. Decrease, decrease. Single mounts. Do we have directors in dual purpose? Can't for smaller than heavy cruiser. Okay. Flight. We are going to add a seaplane hangar to it. 4 seaplanes. We do not have catapults yet. Okay. One more X, single turret. Respectable enough gun broadside. Can we do Q? Yeah, we'll move that one forward. And that one. Have an offset. 5-gun broadside. Insufficient. That's fine. 10 guns there. Drop the tonnage way down. Speed goes up. Reliable engines. Alright, go back up. 5,500 tons. Range. What's for long range? Because I have a feeling what I might end up doing is moving these guys outside of our deal. So this is seeming okay. I believe catapults are about 30 tons, so I'll probably leave a little bit of room for that. Go 30 knots. It's pretty expensive. 1,300. I think this will be okay. It's a little bit larger and heavier than I like to, but I've read in the notes that supposedly a larger displacing ship has an easier time raiding. So the first raider is the Naval class. Excess tonnage, leave 50 tons for a catapult refit whenever we get it. Some dual purpose guns for secondaries. Yeah. Can we do that? I don't know. I think the other way is better. It's not much of a change in price. Okay. I think this will work. I normally go for something right around 3,000 tons, but my last run, the 3,000 tonners were not very effective. I don't know if that's just a bug or not. Yeah, we don't really want a war with USA ever. Let's go all reserve there. Oops, darn. Put everything back on active. There we go. British, yep, they're building CVLs and I can't. Improved Messerschmitt, slightly better. Raiders, we can build 3 of these. Okay. Now I'm going to use that as the basis for a new ship. Oh, bummer. I was hoping that would work. Oh well. This is going to be Fleet, the Medusa class. Forward center line. We'll see how many guns I could pack onto this thing on the center line before it starts squawking. Minus 20. If you add enough guns, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's too many. Straight up too many guns, period. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guns. 6 guns on center is fine. Layout looks largely fine. Got a turret, D and E. Just wall of firepower. S and T. I want splinter protection everywhere. 2, 2, and 2. She's a fatty. I've probably already overdone this. So we will go ahead and delete, and delete. Because I have a feeling torpedoes are going to be more important. H and I. Can we do quads? Oh, it will let us do quads. Excellent. Okay. Flight deck, a little bit smaller. 3, that should be, that feels about right. very large light cruiser, but a very respectable broadside. Let me see, compared to that other guy. My mouse stopped acting up. Here we go. So compared to this, we would have less belt armor, but it functionally doesn't matter that much. Although, what about deck? Can we penetrate? Do we want to armor against other light cruisers for deck? You know what? Go 1 inch there. We could go up to, say, a 3-inch belt. It'd give us an immunity zone. So 3.5. That wouldn't be too bad. $7,400 tons. How much for another knot of speed? Not worth it right now. 30 knots. 7,500 tons. Okay. 160 rounds. 170. Some dual purpose guns. Out of curiosity, do you have dual purpose fours? You do. We'll leave the 3s on here though. That should be hunky dory. Couple more light AA. Yeah. Identified as a heavy cruiser. Oh, because the heavy belt, right? 3 inches is fine though. Okay. Well then, could we go 31 knots? Speed is life, as they say. Okay. That should work alright. It's not necessarily my favorite, but for what we got going on right now, this should be fine. Okay. Fleet cruiser. This is of no concern. Do whatever you want, USA. Have fun over there. Magazine bots. Nice. Can we afford? I need some prestige. Because you can't death spiral when you're this low very easily. And we'll lay down 2 fleet cruisers. We can float that for 10 months or so. 2 destroyers commissioned. No. New flying boat. Excellent. So our group's looking. Can't expand these? Really? Alright, well, experience is poor pretty much across the board. Some fares. You're still getting worked up. Aircraft types. So we got 2 torpedo bombers. We don't know the reliability of either one yet, so I'm going to keep both in service. Our current flying boat has poor reliability. So, we don't know about this one, so we'll wait. Float plane scout, I'm not too concerned about. Let's get the fighter. Request proposal for new one. Range reliability on a fighter. 5 destroyers. Good. All reserve. Darn it! I gotta watch where I click. I really do. I'm real bad about that. Back to active. Okay. Like, get them trained. I'll lose prestige. We'll just go generic tension. Want a slow boil just for the budget, but we're not ready yet. Good. It dropped. Excellent. Because I believe I spent about 3 or 4 years last time building, and at that point I was in a decent enough position. We couldn't even deal with anti-submarine warfare right now. We'd just get subbed to death. And reserve. case you don't know, ships in reserve will still train up to port. It just takes longer than if you left them in the work-up state. But that's fine. I'd rather save the money. Alright. Fleet destroyers, 4 built. Trade protections. Okay. Design a ship. AKE. Corvette. Auto design. Too big. I want 600 tonners. 900s aren't too bad, but I don't bother until I actually have K guns so I can load them up. Increase depth charge storage. Sure, they'll be still doing some, and minesweeping gear. Coal is just fine. Slow speed. Sure, some good 3-inch guns. They think they have some AA, so that, you know, looks great to me. And these are just Corvettes, so I don't really have to care too much. Biggest thing are those options. Prestige, yes. We're gonna lose some tension, but I think that'll be okay. I don't want a Death Spiral. It's way too easy. New fighter prototypes. So comparable range except him, so he's out. These two very similar. Better cruising speed. Boy, that one's tough. Maneuverable, firepower, slightly less range, but better bonuses. We'll give that one a try. Improved torpedo bomber? Sure. Fine, this was, we don't even know if it's reliable yet, and we're already getting a new one. I have seen a bomber go from a poor reliability to an average on these revisions. So, oh, they figured out how to put a gun on it. Perfect. And these we're gonna build 10. Start getting our NS submarine warfare. So even though we are way on the back foot, this is at least an opportunity for us to rebuild the bottom end of the fleet. So, sure, whatever. Long by 2 years, not great, but odds are we'll be in a war to break it. So, meh. There we go. Tension with Italy. That's good. New flying boat, huh? And boy, way more range than either of the older models. Perfect. Go for it. Magazine box. That's really good for our raiders. We'll probably revise with that so we can make them smaller. New version. Sure. Unrest, that's fine. So we will get the prestige and tension. So they got double mounts, so they're more efficient. Similar speed, some belt. Very, very similar ship. Okay. Broke. All reserve. Oh, I'm a moron this run. I need another cup of coffee. I'm never gonna get them trained up. Yes. Excellent. Whoa, we lost some money there. Ho ho ho. Okay. Let's pause the ship. I know I did have one run where it, the budget death spiraled real bad, where I kept getting negative modifiers to where I couldn't even afford to have the entire fleet in reserve. It was a weird run. 9 Corvettes. Oh, good. Better. Oh, some 5-inch guns. Good. The short Spitfire. Nifty. USA figured out 11-inch guns. And they've got 16s, so that's kind of amusing. What's our best gun, out of curiosity? I didn't even look because didn't really care. 11s, the 12s, we got 15s. Okay, very, very German. All reserve. No. There you go. On all ships. Interesting. Prestige and tension. Yes, look at our new cruisers. Fear them. Better torpedoes. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Resume that one. Alright, our Raider. Open design. Now with a magazine box. So we can make it even smaller. Use up a little bit of that tonnage right there. But 50 free, that'll be fine. Thetis Raider. Funny that magazine box doesn't count as a different class, considering it's a totally different armor scheme at that point. Very bizarre. I'll reserve. No. The Thetis class. 2, 3 of those. That'll be okay. CVL, pretty typical. We may never even see CVs this run because we'll probably be investing more in our ground-based air. You can't sink ground-based air. Depends if we can expand or not. Oh, nice. Our reserve. No. Get a little bit of tension. Just fine. Larger docks. I'd love to invest in that. Oh, we might now. For once we actually do kick off a war. Aircraft types. Everything's poor reliability, so whatever. If they're all poor, then I'm going to obsolete this one. Well, that one's already obsoleted. We'll obsolete that one. No, wait, well, this one works up. It's not actually in use yet. We'll see. Yeah, we're not going to get enough of improvement to even request a replacement yet. You know what, cruiser, good. These two are now going to be scrapped. They're just a liability. Eventually we'll invest in some heavy cruisers. Again, though, it's not going to be designed to really necessarily outgun the enemy. Depends. Give it a turn. Good. Ships. They do have heavy cruisers still. They're building new ones of about 10,000 tons. Very good. So if we can get some espionage on exactly what they're building, we should be able to counter it. The old ones, honestly, were basically equal. Except these are 8-inch. Okay. A little behind. Aha, bingo. 8-inch, 31 knots. Good. So now we know what we need to counter there. I don't like building heavy cruisers, but this is kind of the run where you have to. Very good. Or rather, heavy cruisers this late in the game. That's probably the better way to phrase it. I find light cruisers, they don't cost you as much. You don't generally lose the prestige for losing them. And they're a lot cheaper of an investment. Heavy cruisers, I do switch back to them late game just because air power is everywhere. And they make good AA platforms. Okay. That said, we'll probably want some. That's the thing, though. Even in a war with Russia, they have so. Oh, wait. Did they? Whoa. They've gutted their capital ships. Okay. This is looking a lot better. They only have 2 actual battleships still in service. Their battle cruisers are gone. For whatever reason, they got rid of them all. No light CVLs. No pre-dreadnoughts. Just heavy cruisers they're building. Okay. We want a war with them once we have some heavy cruisers. Not these old liabilities. Okay. We could start. Design a ship. First. So we have excellent 11s, 12s, 9s, and 8s are average. Okay. This is what we gotta fight. Now we should be able to cheat and I think build something of about 12,000 tons. So we want to armor ourselves if we can against 8-inch guns. And hopefully bring 9s. Design a ship. CA, auto design. 10,000, huh? Let's just bump this up to 12 and change. Okay, 11. Still, 11,000 tons. Okay. Range, short. This is just for the next war. I don't like doing this, but it's what it is. Engine priority, built for speed. Short range, monsters. Get rid of those mounts. We will add... Again, something I don't normally do because these tend to be costly, but since they're small heavy cruisers, I think it's going to be okay. We're going to add a torpedo to either side. I think you're allowed triples on this size of ship. You're firing, nothing's walking too much. Torpedo defense, TDS-2 is pretty typical for me. Secondaries. I'm just getting rid of this for now and getting rid of this until I figure out what I'm doing. Light AA, whatever. We probably have triple turrets. Almost a guarantee we do. And why? We get rid of the superimposed. Check that. Okay, that's fine. I don't like investing anymore. Short range is fine. Too much tonnage is fine. Gun data. At medium range, so a 6 and 2. So 6-inch belt, 2-inch deck, and at least at long ranges we should be immune. If we go flat deck, it's not as great for where we're engaging though. They tend to be shorter ranges. So we could go slope deck. On oil, inclined belt if it lets us. Okay. We'll drop down to TDS-1. Might even have to go TDS-0, which considering these are 11,000 tons, I'm still mostly okay with. TDS-0. So we have one more gun compared to this guy of the same caliber and significantly more armor. No secondaries right now. Okay. Midships, which I think means it's an all or nothing. So this is actually even tankier. Oh, I closed that. Shoot, I think it went 30 knots as well. Okay. We went 9-inch guns. Reduce B turret down. You got any flight stuff? No. Okay. I don't want to do this. Put some 4-inch guns. Some single dual purpose mounts. We'll go 3s. We'll go unarmored 3-inch guns. We'll go 4s, slightly better. So that's 6 per side. How am I gonna make this fit? Gun data, pretty darn good. I have a feeling we can get away with a 5-inch belt for what I'm doing. We could even get away with a 1.5 on deck. Lose the splinter protection. 5.5 there. Then we get 30. What about 31? No, 31 way too expensive. 9-inch guns. Ooh. 110 rounds, a little bit on the lighter side, but we're gonna have a heavier broadside. We're no longer immune to our own guns, but assuming they have quality 0, we're mostly immune to theirs. That's probably fine. Now, all or nothing. Save this a little bit, but slope deck is going to be the better armor scheme where we'll probably engage. Because odds are it could be a winter fight, and we'll be, you know, night fighting, in which case the torpedoes are going to pay for themselves. And the guns will probably be overgunned, but oh well. Hansa, very good. And I'm not going to bother putting a fleet marker in this because it's a heavy cruiser. It's just straight up, it's a fleet ship. I think this will work. Turrets lighter than I'd like. I would like at least 6 inches. I like having bigger but equivalent. We'll drop this down, back down 4.5. I think that has to do. I think it's just what it is. It's so restrictive that if we had 12,000 tons, we could make this about perfect. But it's, oops, sorry. But it's what it is. Just torpedo detection. Yep. Director firing. Ooh. Okay. Short range. That's fine. Okay. So we should hopefully counter their new heavy cruisers, but we're gonna need a few of these, at least 3. And these will, I don't like them, but go ahead and give them replace machinery with oil, increase their speed up, reduce these down to say 5-inch director firing, 2 inches of armor, just to see what it would cost to at least modernize these. Mostly because of the tonnage. Improved director. Because they're still pretty tanky. I don't think they're a very good ship otherwise. 12 months, it cost me 2.6 million. 61 million total. There's the Hansa, it's cost me total 51 million. Yeah, we'd pay 61 million, so we'd pay, yeah, another 20% to refit an older heavy cruiser. No. What we will do is go ahead and get them improved director firing and hope that they don't encounter anything too mean. Let's check if it can do 4. Hey, it can do 4. Did not realize that. Director firing. Yeah, just not enough tonnage though. That's okay. And boop that, increase the elevation. Yep. Yeah, it's hunky dory. Aircraft catapults. Excellent. So this raider class, open design for rebuild. Add a catapult on the V location. Yeah. And we're just gonna move that, boop that forward a little bit. Perfect. Super cheap, super quick. Tensions with Britain, whatever. Irish are your problem. And there's that. Yeah, we have slightly heavier armor on the turrets, but it's not going to matter too much. Let's see what reworking it since we got a 1% saving. Not even worth it. We'll just build it. CA. Drop one. To the other stuff. I'll reserve. Nope. Make sure I haven't goofed. Oops. Air groups. Everything is still active. Yes. Good. And they are up to veteran. Oh yeah. Excellent. Aircraft types. It's 1924. Flying boats. Of the two in service, this one's going to be obsoleted. Now, out of curiosity, what does that do? They are still filled. Okay. Aircraft types. It's weird that these don't sort. Boat plane scout. Sure. Range reliability. See what happens. Don't care as much. Okay. On reserve. Nope. Both battleships. We will go ahead, rebuild those as well. Improve director. You're covered in torpedoes. You know what? Why not? Increases elevation, sure. Director firing, sure. Oh, these things are terrible ships. Whatever. Aircraft carrying airships. Fascinating. Ship ton of construction. Okay, we need more of the TP1. Build ship. DD. TP1. Build another 10. A nice 5 ASW rating, which is pretty darn good. I mean, that's as much as our 1100 tonners, so that's pretty good for half the cost. I'm going to burn a point of prestige. I don't want to go high yet. Not with none of my heavy cruisers active yet. That's the most range of the bunch. Sure. I honestly don't even know if... I don't think I've ever seen firepower on a float plane do anything. I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and grab that one. I'm honestly not sure. Yes. Yes, that is fantastic. We can save so much tonnage. Now, research. Let's see what turrets. We have improved quads. Yep. So we're only going to build one of this design because the next design is all forward. Aft. Delete. Boom. Increase, increase, and increase. This will let us increase our turrets up to 6 inches. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that makes me a lot happier. Now 8 inches, mostly impervious. So 9-inch. This is the Freya. Yep, that's fine. Much hardier turrets. That'll be a lot better of a ship. And going in the hole again. Oh, okay, so we'll just do a redesign of. Sure. We can't build a light carrier right now, but whatever. Commission, show dies, 13-inch. Yeah, okay. And we'll lay down one of you. Ships and service. Got 6 raiders. Open this design, new revision. Raider. Gyphon. Do we have those yet? Nope. And slightly cheaper. Oops. Okay, it's back to that. Okay, only one. Fine. Slightly more ammo. Sure. Slightly more A. Sure. Can't we do a director now? Oh, nope. Thought I had. Okay. Another revision there. I'll lay down a little more. I want to get a little bit fatter on my stacks. All reserve. Nope. All reserve. Nope. I mean, destroyers are pretty cheap to maintain, but. Even better torpedoes. Okay, I figure, what is this, 57 minutes? Yeah, we'll finish out to January of 1926. I think that'll be just fine. We've done a good job maintaining our prestige, finances. Yeah, they're gonna start pushing it a little bit. It's a little bit hotter than I like, but I kind of want to ride it. Ooh, excellent. Yep, a little bit hot. Let's go back down to low. I'd like my heavy, at least 2 of those heavy cruisers off. 1% weight saving. Very good. K-guns, excellent. Open design. 2 K-guns. Ferdinand. Don't care. And these, can we fit K-guns on there? Yes. Oops. Sure, drop an A off of it. We'll get all of these refit. With K-guns. Embarrass Britain. More. Almanac. Subs Not too bad globally. That's good. So after this round of destroyer refits, I think we'll be fine for in a submarine warfare purposes. So that portion of the fleet will be done. We need to continue our fleet destroyers, but let's not involve ourselves. You know what? You guys were kind of nice to me, and I don't mind the money. CV conversions, that's interesting. Our reserve, nope. And we'll give these guys a quick rebuild. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna scrap these. I'm just not that interested in them. Fleet G7. Go chip. Okay. That one's old enough, it's no longer in our design pool. Too fast. Too heavy. Not there yet. Can we do DPs yet? Nope. Wow, this is a terrible increment. Alright, well, fleet. Call it the G7B. It's this. It's the same ship. Just a modern redo of it. Okay. U.S. Sure, we'd probably never be at war with you. And 5, we'll build 5 more. Mobilize. Yep, the fleet. Alright. Build another 5. Okay. And build another heavy cruiser of the Freya class. Yep. So we've got 6 raider ships, 1 heavy cruiser out, 2 more coming, 2 older heavy cruisers. Our pre-dreadnoughts have just been modernized. Out of curiosity, could I rebuild these? 16 or smaller and 1 turret. So let's say I move these up to the 15-inch guns we have. Will it let me do that? Oh, it cannot exceed treaties. I was hoping I could cheat it. If so, I totally would have. Okay. Alternatively, upgrade to the latest 11-inch guns. It will let us do that. See if we clear those mounts. Add pair of launchers either side. Let's say replace them with oil. Expensive, but that is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's actually not too bad. Man, this has gone hot. Oh, I think I rolled over the date I meant to stop at. Got too busy clicking. We'll give this to the end of the year. Alright, fine. Take a small hit. Doubles on CLs. Excellent. Doubles on DDs. Even better. Okay, cooled back down a little bit. Give us the budget back. Sure, we'll route all our sabers. 6 corvettes. Either way, we're going to be at war. That much tension, so might as well get the budget. Cruiser action. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have our first battle. And attack enemy ships. We don't have the range to suppress any enemy airfields, so heavy cruisers. We have the brand new Hansa. Hopefully we don't lose her. And the much older Hertha, but she is armored as hell. Their latest director fire and control. Yep. Going ahead, we got our new light cruiser, at least one of them as well. Thetis. She's more Raider class. That is really unfortunate. Which reminds me, I think I need to refit those ones also. Did I? I'm not sure. We have to look. Either way, that can happen next time. Oops, a little bit too much. Search planes everywhere. Alright, southwest, so we should be running into there. Here it is. Cruise 20 knots. Squad max even. I thought I refit these. Oh, that's right, I did not. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. But a light cruiser engagement is probably hunky-dory. Kharkov. Let's see if we can't sink her. Got some early hits. TP1 is hit. That is somewhat unfortunate. Sure. Yeah, they're already busy with their torpedoes. Kharkov's hit again. I need to see if I have semi-AP as an option. Kharkov hit again. Another hit. Kite out. Turn away. We did fire torpedoes, that's nice. Heavy cruisers are trying. The Admiral spawn is slowing way down. She took engine damage, obviously. Turn out. Turn back in. You have to be careful. Half our ammo is expended. That's okay though. Doing good. Turn out. Turn out. A little bit long range gunnery. Kharkov hit. If we could sink her too, that's actually fantastic. It's probably not going to do much for us in terms of blockading, but any little bit helps if it could get us an early piece. Oop, turn in hard, because she probably torped. Turn out. Let's turn back around. See if we get it. Torpedoes off. Yep, there's some torpedoes. They all missed. Oh, there we go. Jeez, a fiery Hulk. Oh yeah. Let's go 20 knots. Just cruising out of here. That was one of their brand new ships too. Excellent. So far, so good. Yes, well. Fastest available. Steam to port. So good engagement. Air Force did nothing because we're frankly out of range, but that's okay. We lost one destroyer to a freak torpedo. That's fine. It happens all the time. So. One destroyer, one transport versus 2 CLs and 2 DDs. Oh, very good. Very, very good. Bonus for merchants, picked up some survivors. We did lose some aircraft. Total losses: 4 fighters, flying boats, I guess. I'm not sure. FS, flying scouts, PB, patrol boats, I would guess. We'll have to see if I can find those out. Excellent. We will set these raiders to raiding. We are not blockaded yet. These raiders to raiding. Yeah, they're already out and about. I think everything else is fine except for these guys to trade protection. And these to trade protection. Cool. Now here's the one thing, odd thing about Germany. The first treaty cleared, but the second did not, which is very, very peculiar. So the one restriction's gone. Can we build subs now? Let me look. Coastal subs, in which case coastals we just fine. Let's say we drop 5. We can. So the submarine restriction's gone. So the Treaty of Versailles has been eliminated. The Washington Treaty is still in place though. So, bit of an odd spot. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. I probably ought to ask on the forums to find out what the intent there is. But overall, I'd say we're in a pretty good spot. We're at least not blockaded. We have parity on battleships for now. Soviet Union, 145 points. We have 50. They have a lot of heavy cruisers. Look at that, 17 heavy cruisers. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be something else. That's for sure. All right. Hey, thank you very much for watching this long. I hope you enjoyed it. Expect next episode should be a lot more exciting since we're in a war now. First one, 6 years in. And I'd say we're in a good enough spot. I think we can do this. Anyway, thank you much. Hope you have a great day.